Hi, hope you are staying safe. This is Michael with you, and it is time to look at back at more regular season games for the Cleveland Indians. The notes are from Twitter, the MLB app, and their video content. Thursday was a great night for Shane Bieber as he threw 11 strikeouts in 6 innings in Pittsburgh. The bats went to work in the top of the second. 3 hits were recorded in the frame thanks to Franmil Reyes, Tyler Naquin, and Bo Taylor to give the Indians a 1-run lead. Though Bradley Zimmer could not get Naquin in from third, Cleveland applied more pressure in the third with 2-out singles from Francisco Lindor and Carlos Santana, but Trevor Williams struck out Reyes. Naquin led off the next inning with a hit to right field. Subsequently, Domingo Santana took ball 4. Then Taylor advanced the runners with his sacrifice bunt. After Zimmer's walk, the bases were loaded with 1 out, but Cesar Hernandez got rung up and Jose Ramirez did not have the distance to left field, keeping the game at 1-0. Colin Moran was given the heave-ho by Trip Gibson after striking out in the Pittsburgh 4th inning. Domingo and Taylor were left stranded in the 6th with Brandon Waddell pitching, but Zimmer and Hernandez both grounded out. Bieber's last inning soon followed. It was one in which he saw the first 2 reach on base hits from Kevin Newman and Josh Bell. Shane then settled down by striking out Adam Frazier, who batted in the place of Moran, then Jose Ozuna. Naquin, the right fielder, was in position to catch JT Riddle's fly ball. Oliver Perez came in the bottom of the 7th to retire Cole Tucker and Jared Dyson before Jacob Stallings delivered a base hit to right. Nick Whitgren was able to force Eric Gonzalez to ground out. The Indians managed to get an insurance run versus Chris Stratton. 2 walks and a single filled the bases. Reyes, Naquin, and Greg Allen, who pinch ran for Domingo Santana, were on with nobody out. Bo Taylor's ground ball found Bell. Josh's throw to home was caught by Jacob Stallings, but his foot did not touch home plate on the force, so Reyes was safe at home. James Karinchak worked around a Kevin Newman walk. He fanned Adam Frazier and Osuna after Bell flew out in the 8th inning. Brad Hand then retired Brian Reynolds, Cole Tucker, and John Ryan Murphy for save number 7. Bieber with the win went to 5-0. Trevor Williams sits at 1-4. Friday, Cleveland was back on Carnegie Avenue with the Detroit Tigers in town. The game was scoreless in the bottom of the 2nd. Michael Fulmer hit Carlos Santana, then put Reyes on base. Naquin then hit an RBI double to put the home team ahead. Domingo Santana then grounded out, but it was enough to get Reyes to the plate safely. 2 batters later, Delino DeShields hit the ball to Fulmer, but the pitcher had to rush to throw. He could not initially field the ball with his glove, and the play went as an infield single for the 3rd run of the half-inning. The bottom of the 3rd was one in which Francisco Lindor hit a single to center field. 2 hitters later, Franmil Reyes connected on his 6th home run, which made it 5-0. Starter Adam Plutko allowed 1 hit in the first 3 innings, but things did not go well after getting Victor Reyes for the first out of the 4th. After a walk to Miguel Cabrera, Jonathan Schoop drove the ball out of the park. This was the second baseman's 6th of the season. Heimer Candelario, Jacoby Jones, and Jorge Bonifacio all reached base. It set up an Austin Romine hit to right to plate Detroit's 3rd run. Isaac Paredes was the next batter, and he launched the ball to left center for a grand slam to make it 7-5. Phil Matone was summoned to pitch, and he finished the top of the 4th. Still, Cleveland responded with a Roberto Perez walk and a Cesar Hernandez double. Jose Ramirez was the right player for the situation, but could only muster a fly ball out to Jones in center field for the final out. Matone pitched the 5th, then Dominique Leone struck out the side in the 6th. Roberto Perez recorded a 2-out hit, but DeShields could not pass the baton to Hernandez, who was on deck, so Leone went back to the hill. Victor Reyes led off the 7th with a long ball to right center field, which made it 8-5. It would be the first of 4 straight Tigers hits. Cabrera, Schoop, then Candelario found success. The last one pushed 2 more across to make it 10 runs without reply by Detroit. Cleveland put a base runner in the 7th, then 2 in the 8th and the 9th, but failed to score. Rony Garcia earned his initial win, while Plutko took a difficult second defeat. 10-5 the final score. The good news was that the team got to go back out to the diamond Saturday, and it would be a memorable day for 23-year-old right-handed pitcher Triston McKenzie. The 6'5", 165-pound starter went 6 innings, struck out 10 batters, only giving up 2 hits. In the bottom of the first, Lindor was left on third base after his 2-out double, as Carlos Santana could not provide the hit. Detroit would hit first on Willie Castro's deep drive to right field in their half of the fourth. The Indians searched for the equalizing run as Lindor and Reyes struck singles against Tigers starter Matthew Boyd, but could not get the big hit with only 1 out as Jordan Luplow struck out and Domingo Santana grounded into a force play at second. 2 innings later, Cleveland had something to show for their efforts. Ramirez took base on balls before Lindor's hit made it first and second. After Carlos Santana lined out to Victor Reyes, the Tigers made a pitching change by inserting John Schreiber. Reyes struck out, leaving the inning to Luplow. Jordan took ball 4, which put Domingo Santana in the batter's box with the bases loaded. His bases clearing double put the Indians up 3-1. Detroit unsuccessfully challenged a tag play by Romine at home on Luplow as the call stood. Catcher Roberto Perez added to Cleveland's total as he connected to the left side. Whitgren retired Cabrera, Scope, and Candelario in order to consolidate the work done in the bottom of the 6th. Unfortunately, DeShields, the center fielder, had to exit the game because of a hip injury. The home team scratched out 2 more runs in their next 2 turns at bat. First, in the bottom of the 7th, Hernandez and Lindor put 2 in scoring position. Lindor could not manufacture the 5th Cleveland run, but Carlos Santana hit it deep enough to left field for a sacrifice fly. Then in the 8th, the activity all took place with 2 away. Greg Allen took the 9th spot in the order in place of Delino. In his second at-bat, he singled to right, then swiped second. He scored on Hernandez's hit before the 3rd out was applied by Scope at second to his opposing second baseman. Adam Cimber got the final 3 outs in a non-save situation after Karinchak held his end of the bargain in the previous inning. McKenzie went to 1-0 while Boyd went winless in 4 decisions. Sunday was a matinee rubber match. The visiting team got on the front foot. Victor Reyes began the game with an extra base hit. Castro and Cabrera each traded outs for 180 feet for the game's opening run. Carlos Carrasco settled down after yielding 2 more base runners by Candelario and Nico Goodroom. He was able to send Jones to the dugout to prevent a crooked number. The Indians wasted no time getting back on level terms. Cesar Hernandez scored his first homer of the year versus Tarek Skubal. Cleveland had chances to score in the next 2 innings, but left Luplow stranded in the bottom of the 2nd. Ramirez and Lindor were on the corners, and the game moved to the 4th. And as I was watching the game at Buffalo Wild Wings at a local restaurant, that was the moment the Tigers seemed to get some wind in their sails. Goodrome unloaded on a Carrasco pitch to put Detroit ahead. After a Jones double, Jorge Bonifacio struck his maiden home run for a 4-1 advantage for his team. Carrasco got Grayson Greiner out before his last batter. Isaac Paredes trotted for 2 bases. Logan Allen threw 2 zeros, but in the 6th, Greiner drove in his first Jimmy Jack to increase the visiting team's lead to 4. Later, with 2 outs, Reyes drew base on balls, followed by back-to-back hits, with the latter plating another run. Allen stayed until the 8th, but not before Willie Castro knocked in an RBI single to get Greiner in from 3rd. Dominique Leone gave up a double in the 9th to Goodrome, but there was not another tally by the Tigers Sunday. Joe Jimenez pitched the 9th for Detroit. Back-to-back walks to Luplow and Mike Freeman set up Greg Allen 2 batters later. His first long ball of the 2020 season made the score closer, but it would finish 7-4 after Jose Cisnero got the better of Hernandez and Ramirez. Daniel Norris was the winning pitcher for a 2-1 record. Carlos Carrasco went under 500 at 2-3. Monday, Cleveland welcomed in the Minnesota Twins. The opening game of the 3-game sets saw a low-scoring game. Aaron Savali got out of a 2nd and 3rd situation in the first, which culminated in a strikeout of Miguel Sano. The momentum carried over to the Indians' half inning when Cesar Hernandez drove the ball deep to right center field. In the 2nd, Tyler Naquin hit a single, but was tagged by Luis Arraez while trying to take second base. The next frame had a Hernandez extra base hit and a walk to Lindor, but no runs were recorded. Minnesota this time shifted momentum in their way as Nelson Cruz drove in his 11th deep ball of the year. The Indians put 2 runners on with 2 away, but Allen could not advance Freeman, nor Roberto Perez against Kenta Maeda. Jorge Polanco tried to get Arias home from first, but Naquin started a relay to Carlos Santana to Perez, who applied the tag at home to keep the game tied through 4.5 innings. Minnesota broke through in their next set of at-bats as Eddie Rosario drove the ball to center field. Next up was Sano, and the first baseman got a hold of a Savali pitch, which left the yard. The game went to the bottom of the 6th in a 2-run game. Santana and Luplow put hits together versus Caleb Thielbar, but Perez went down on strikes. Things went differently in the home half of the 7th against Trevor May. Allen, Lindor, and Carlos Santana were able to string together hits to get the margin back to 1. Lindor, the tying run, was left 90 feet from home as Franmil Reyes was the third out. Karinchak had a 1-2-3 8th. Naquin led off the bottom of the 8th with a hit to get himself into scoring position, but the inning came to nothing as Luplow, Perez, and Allen were unsuccessful in their quest to at least square the match versus Sergio Romo. Whitgren got Jake Cave, Marwin Gonzalez, and Arias to walk back to the dugout. Taylor Rogers was the Twins' closer, and he punched out Hernandez, then forced a pop fly to Jose Ramirez. Francisco Lindor kept hope alive with a single, but Santana was kept in the yard as his fly ball went into the glove of Max Kepler in right. Maeda is still perfect on the season, while Savali is 3 up and 3 down. Rogers gained his 7th save on Monday. Tuesday featured Rich Hill and Shane Bieber on the mound. In the bottom of the 1st, Jose Ramirez hit a single to left field, taking second later, and then third base to give himself 8 stolen bases. After Francisco Lindor grounded out, 2 were away for Carlos Santana. The first baseman went the same direction as Ramirez to give Cleveland the initiative on the scoreboard. Bieber was very sharp throughout the game, but in the second paid the price for walking Sano and Marwin Gonzalez. Arias earned his 3rd double of the year to get Miguel in from second to tie the game. 2 batters later was Max Kepler, and his base hit to right field put Minnesota up 2-1. Luplow in the home half of the frame was caught stealing, and the score would not change for a while. Domingo Santana struck out with 2 on in the bottom of the 4th. 2 innings later, Jorge Alcala took Hill's spot on the rubber. Ramirez led off with a hit, then Lindor turned the game on its head, hitting the ball over right field for a 2-run home run. Cleveland went up 3-2. Then Carlos drew ball 4. After moving up to second after Reyes was the first out, Naquin went to right field to give the home team an insurance run at 4-2. Oliver Perez was able to work around a first and second situation with 1 out thanks to Polanco hitting into a double play. The bottom of the 7th was one in which Delino DeShields and Cesar Hernandez were walked by Sean Poppin, but could not add another tally to the scoreboard. James Karinchak gave up a hit, but got Lamonte Wade to swing at strike 3 to end the top of the 8th. The game was finished after Brad Hand got the final 3 outs to get his 8th save. Bieber continued to surge with 10 strikeouts to improve to 6-0. Jorge Alcala is 1-1 for the Twins. Wednesday was another rubber match for the Twins and Indians, and Cleveland had to come from behind because of a Max Kepler home run to right field in the top of the 1st off of Mike Clevenger. Including the run, Minnesota had 3 hits in the opening half inning. In Cleveland's first set of at-bats, Hernandez walked but was picked off by Miguel Sano at first. Lindor and Santana both reached base, but Franmil Reyes flew out. The Twins added to the lead with 1-out hits from Sano and Wade, so it was 2-0. And then the inning ended after Lindor tagged Wade, who failed to swipe second base. The game turned in the bottom of the 3rd. Delino DeShields got the ball to drop in left field for a single, then took second after replay did not initially call him safe. Hernandez was awarded base on ball 4. Jose Ramirez then hit the ball out of the park, which would hold up after another review, which gave the Indians a 3-2 advantage. Lindor hit a double in the 5th inning and later advanced to 3rd on a Jose Barrios wild pitch, but Carlos Santana struck out. Clevenger made it through 6 before the ball was handed over to Oliver Perez. The left-hander could not hold the lead as Ehire Adrianza and Jake Cave hits gave Minnesota their third run. Phil Matone was called to record the last 2 outs, and he did, along with the next 3 to set up the bottom of the 8th. In a tied situation, Carlos hit the ball to the right side versus Sergio Romo. Franmil Reyes next up drew base on balls. With still nobody out, Tyler Naquin went in the direction of Eddie Rosario for 2 bases. It scored the go-ahead run. Greg Allen could not replicate the success of the previous hitter, but his sacrifice fly brought Reyes in from third. 2 batters after him was Cesar Hernandez with 2 base runners on. The second baseman got the right pitch to hit, and his RBI single was Cleveland's 6th run. They had enough margin for error with Hand coming out of the bullpen for the 9th. He got 3 fly ball outs from Luis Arias, Miguel Sano, and Ehire Adrianza for yet another save. Matone took his 2nd win against no defeats, and Romo must wait for his first win. So, Cleveland will resume play tomorrow night in St. Louis at 7:15 Central Time. So, that is what is next. Please check out the Facebook group North Texas Browns Backers page and hit the like button for the latest updates there. The text of this blog is available at http://www.mjbalesta2.wordpress.com. I am on Twitter and Instagram at mjbalesta2 and on Facebook at Michael Balesta. Archive videos on YouTube can be found by searching Michael Balesta Roman numeral 2. If you could, I would love your feedback on the comments section, and if you like what you see, please hit the like and subscribe buttons. Hope you have a safe and blessed week. Thank you for watching. May God bless you. Talk to you soon.